What is up, guys? It's Verns back here again with another Supercoach video. This time it's the round 16 review. Look, I guess a better week. We got 1948 up 3k places, 20k overall. Um, yeah, I mean, look, the buys overall was a huge fail. I don't know what I started at, probably around 8 or so, 7, 8k, and finished at 20, so really negative. They were definitely the hardest buy rounds I've ever experienced. I think the biggest reason for that, technically they should have been the easiest because we had more weeks with more teams spread out, meaning there was less people on the buy, so it should have been easier to navigate those. But the biggest problem was just the dead bench. Like, I don't think I've ever gotten to the buys and had a completely dead bench. Like, basically only having 23, 24 players actually playing, and then you take a few of those out for the buy, 6 a week or so, maybe 5 or 4, and it just puts you in a position where you just got really punished. So yeah, that's probably the hardest thing for me. Just too much dead wood. Brought in too many speculative rookies that I didn't like their job security, but they were the only rookies available. When I probably should have just held on to the good rookies for a longer period of time, even if they weren't making cash, they were at least scoring and playing, and then you had extra players playing at the buy. So yeah, look, poor season, poor season. Let's see how we finish it off. So look, we've got 5 trades left. These videos are gonna get pretty quick now because not much to do really. Before we actually go through this, I am going to jump to Game Day Squad first. I don't know, I think that one's just a bit more enjoyable because there's just more to do at this point in the gear. So we're going to jump into that first. So I do appreciate all those that have joined me, liked, subscribed, for the consistent injections of Supercoach content directly into the YouTube feed. I did obviously get a few comments on my last video that I didn't reply to, which is rare for me. I usually reply to all of them, but I honestly just, I don't know, just haven't had time to read them right now. Had some things happening, and yeah, I will. I mean, it's kind of late to read them and get back to them now, but yeah, I'll probably just at least read them and give them a thumbs up. So sorry that for those that did comment on the last video that I didn't get back to. I promise I will get to them this week. um, but yeah, obviously this is how the team wound up. But yeah, we'll jump to Game Day Squad just because it's a bit more enjoyable, a bit more to do right now. So this was my team for Game Day Squad. I thought Blakey was a good silver. Nass is obviously very nice. Sinclair was unders, but oh well. Tom DeConning kind of failed. So I think, look, there's a lot of pretty stock standard picks here. I think my uniques being like a Blakey, which went well. Luke Ryan went okay. Josh Dacos went okay. Um, Man, I ran a Silver Jack still. I'm mad. I mean, that went okay. It was better than Josh Dacos, so, and better than Bont, so, wow. Darcy Cameron was okay. Pickett was a good one. And then, yeah, Keys, really poor. Other Crows obviously popped off, so, yeah, some good, some bad. Didn't feel great this week. 44th for the round, which is really surprising to me, but I think there's just a lot of common players and a lot of underperforming players this week, so yeah, look, what we're going to do, we're going to clean that team up, gone, boom, we're going to pick a brand new team for the week. Yes, clear the squad. Okay, it's not clearing. Well, while it's not clearing, I actually did save my pack opening, so we will jump to the player packs real quick, and I might need to refresh this. This is... Here we go, now it's working. Okay, I'm just going to quickly open all these. I'm not going to look at the actual players because nobody cares about the starter packs. They're all just bronzes. If you get guys, you get guys. It is what it is. Now, the other good news is you can see the little trade icon up here. I don't know if someone did this just for the fun of it, because they saw it was me or something, like one of you viewers, and if you did, I really appreciate it. But my Nick Martin that I'd had on the office, the bronze one, it got traded, which it hadn't for, been there for a little while, and somebody put up an offer for it. And they offered silver Ed Richards and silver Tom Green, and I was like, what, brother? Like, obviously the answer is yes, thank you very much. I got 2 silvers for a bronze Nick Martin, so I reckon that was one of you viewers, and I appreciate that a lot because they're like dope picks. And Tom Green has West Coast this week, so I can guarantee I'm using him. Ed Richards has North, so like pretty guaranteed I'm using him too, so it's pretty dope, so thank you very much. Yeah, so whoever that was, I appreciate you. So that'll definitely help my team this week. Now, do I need to get a store for this? Where are we at? Where are we at? Players? Nope. I thought in packs it was in here. Oh, here we go. don't know, I didn't see it before, but yeah, we got the 3-player common pack. Let's open it up. Now, I guess the most desired picks I'd want, I'd love, like, obviously you want the gold top tier players. Plat, I don't have any plats, but plats don't really matter because I'm only playing a contender. But they'd be cool nevertheless. Obviously, we saw Janeth pop a gold Bailey Smith and a gold Max Gorn last week, which is insane. Insane from the big man. They're such good picks. You just slap them both in your team, and you're just guaranteed to have a good week every week. But yeah, I would love, like, obviously a gold Bailey Smith. I guess my 3 preferred golds, probably Smith is up there. God, then there's a lot of good picks. I don't really know who you'd go after that. Smith is a good one. Other high 2 ones are like Dawson's not a bad one. Whitfield, I have a silver one, so I can probably afford to not go for him, and he's out this week. Holmes wouldn't be a bad one. Yeah. Plenty of, I actually had 3 in my mind before this video, and then I blanked on them. But let's have a roll, see what we get. Probably nobody is the answer, yeah, but we'll have a spin. Okay, we got nobody. Oh well. Like, it was most unlikely we would actually get somebody playable, but I just wanted to talk about, I guess, the ones that you'd love to get, but obviously didn't get those. So yeah, I've cleared all my teams. I'm just going to be picking these players basically from scratch at this point, and the players that I want the most. And where are all my silvers? Okay, this must be lagging because it hasn't brought the players that I just cleared this team with. That's because it's brought us to Classic for some reason. Okay, that makes more sense. Let's clear this team, and let's just pick it from scratch. So, now I want to check out fixtures as well. So I had Supercoach open on my other screen so I could check these out. Let's see. Nas is just a superstar, so I kind of just want to pick him every match. They're playing at Marvel. Hawthorne, I don't know if they're super leaky at all, but I think you just pick Nas because he's just so damn good. So you just lock him in. Probably same with Sinclair. Like, they're 2 of the top players in the game, and I have them in silver, so why wouldn't I pick them? Zorko, who you into? Port? I don't know if I like that, but the way Zorko plays, it just benefits him. I think Ash is a no-brainer with the Whitfield out. You obviously just lock him away. I'd probably just put Zorks in there, let's be honest. He's just too much of a pig. I'm not going to worry about Matty Roberts anymore now that, like, he's on the wing. It's no-go. So Tigers. So we definitely want Max Home for Tigers. That would be amazing. So the players we want to target GWS. We want to target Geelong and Bulldogs players. So probably going to pick up a Bailey Dale here. And then we got one last one to choose from here. Now we have a few good players down here that we're sort of looking at. You can sort of see me scrolling past Nick Martin. I don't know, and Sheasel. Sheasel's form is just, I can't deal with Sheasel. We don't even know if he's going to play this week. He might be a late out. I think he was carrying an injury off a 5-day break. We definitely skipped that. Marvel. Martin might be a good one in reality because Gold Coast give up points usually to defenders. That was my plan of picking out Whitfield as the defender into them, but didn't work out. Ash went pretty big that game though. So Martin makes sense. It's obviously he's not really a defender. It's just more or less the outside players that get involved in the chip mark and all that. So I think Martin's not a bad option. Clark, Swans, yeah, I don't like that. Blakey, Frio, I do like that though. I feel like Frio do give up points. Saying that as an SCG, it's a bit of a smaller ground. Oh, I think that's what I got to toss up here. Nick Martin versus Blakey. I think just because the 10% buff on Blakey, I do think his role is better now that Roberts has left that defense and Mills is back there. So I do think maybe Blakey, but I might just back in Nick Martin. I mean, the guy literally dropped a 199 earlier in the season. Like, he is so good at this format. So yeah, now let's lock in Nick Martin. Let's go for that. Let's see what we got here. Look, I have the very obvious golds here, so I think I just lock them in. To be fair, I think Noah Anderson into Essendon, just, it's going to be good. And McCluggage is just been really good as well. I don't think McCluggage gets tagged. Maybe Anderson takes attention, but I'm still going to back him in. Green, as I mentioned, in the West Coast, that's just a no-brainer in my opinion. Lock that on in. Ed Richards into North seems pretty brain dead as well. Who have we got? Adelaide could get... Dawson could get tagged. Inside Mibs give up points. I kind of want to throw Caldwell in here, so I think I'll do that. I think I will go for the Ed Richards, who has been a bit down as of recent, but I think I'll back him in against North. He's also the one that did cop the James Jordan tag, and he does get the tags more than anyone, I think, in that team. He's leading the league in score assists. He's just so dangerous. This is where it becomes so interesting, because Rosie away against Brisbane, Dawson at home against Melbourne, might get the tag though. Dacos MCG against Carlton, that's going to be a big clash, could get Chincotta, and then Brayshaw Sydney at the SCG could get James Jordan. So yeah, in reality, the big four dogs here, it's hard to choose one. And we obviously have other players as well. We can go down to a Dunkley. I don't know if I like that. Hewitt could actually do a number on us. We do not tag. So he could generally have a good game. I got a Fletcher offer my trade as well, which was really cool. I liked that. Butters, he's more of a damaging type than the accumulated type. Heaney, Ashcroft. Who else can I think of in these teams? So Western Bulldogs into North, Bont, definitely an option. I haven't put him in yet. GWS into West Coast. That was the real frustrating thing about Bont. Obviously, last week he had a really big week and I didn't have him, and then I brought him in the team this week and he had a small week. But GWS Callahan could be an option into West Coast, could be an option. And I don't think there's anyone in Geelong that stands out as a mid. Like, in this format, obviously, there's no DBP, so you're looking at a mid. I kind of want to pick a Callahan. Do I even own a Callahan? I don't even own a Callahan. Oh, that would be sick. That's unfortunate. I reckon if you have a Callahan, you take a punt. I got gold Josh Kelly. Could take a punt. No, we do not do that. I reckon we lock in Dawson. Melbourne are like guaranteed to tag though. I reckon Dawson's the one that scores the most if there's not a tag. The question is, does he get tagged? Brisbane probably don't tag though, so Rosie probably does do well. Yeah, let's go for Rosie. I think he's the safer pick. Wait. Where's my Bont? I don't even have a Bont here. Oh, my Bont's over here. I didn't even check it. Bont into North. No, I'm just going to pick that because I think he's a VC in Supercoach, so then it does top up Rosie versus Cordwell. Maybe being a bit potty making this move, but I'm happy to do it. I like Cordwell a lot. Let's jump into the ruck line. I know you guys are probably really mad that I'm doing this. I'm sorry. This is just, as I said, I find it more enjoyable. There's actually things to do. We're choosing each player each week. We're really examining every game, and we still get to enjoy the footy for the fantasy side of it, rather than just sitting here looking at my Supercoach team going, these are my trades this week. Not much more I can think about. It is what it is. Sorry, hiccups. Marshall into Meeky's been a bit leaky. Cherry into English, who's been leaky. English is really good in this format. Into Cherry. Who's got Gorn? Gorn into Rob isn't a good matchup for Rob. Darcy Cameron technically into, if it's just a conning, is actually pretty good. I think I go Darcy Cameron in this format. Oh, but he's also leaky as well. Do I go to Conning? But if we pump them, which we very much could do, is to Conning relevant? I should probably back in Gorn just because of it being Gorn at the end of the day. Probably should just back him in. Let's just lock it. Lock it, polka dot it. English. I don't think so. I think I'm going to go Darcy Cameron. Darcy Cameron or DeConning. Maybe I'll go DeConning actually. So how am I going with my salary? I think this is fine because I got 1, 2, 3, 4 plus the 2 golds. Cool, so I still have 2 silvers or a gold left, which in reality I don't own anymore, so that's going to be all of them. That's the only reason I'm really picking it. It's just the silver. At the end of the day, if they both break even, the 10% bump, big help. Now, this is obviously a no-brainer. No, Bailey Smith comes straight in. Once again, we're looking at dogs. Yep, bring them in. Do we have any GWS forwards? Do we go for a Toby Green this round? Yo, is that cheeky? Yo, that's cheeky as. I reckon we do it. I reckon we go cheeky Toby Green into West Coast. Look for an upside game. Um, I mean, let's be honest. McRae probably should just be picked. Luke Jackson should probably just be picked. Cosy Pickett. Good form recently. But they're playing a game they probably won't win. So, maybe against it. Sean Mannon. Yeah, probably go with Sean Mannon here. And a Brian Myers, actually. They're into Richmond at the end of the day. So a lot of offensive power there. I think Caleb Daniel will be pretty good here. I think he'll be fine into North. Sean Darcy. Oh, yeah, Sean Darcy into North. Let's go for that. Believe in him to kick a big one. Is it troll not adding Luke Jackson? He's been so good. Grundy's a hard matchup in the ruck, though. SCG's a small ground, though, so it does favour rucks. You know what? Grundy probably comes out with an insane game. Do I not own a Brody Grundy? Oh, I don't own a Brody Grundy. Okay, that's going to actually be my goal. I'm going to need to trade somebody for a Brody Grundy. That would be way better. Let's get him in. That's what I was thinking of actually wanting a gold of. That would have been a sick gold. So we want Brody Grundy if we can get him in. Luke Jackson. I'm taking way too long to make this decision. I probably just lock in McRae. Let's be honest. Let's lock him in. Hawks don't tag. McRae will do his thing. He will be fine. Yeah, I don't think that's a bad looking team. That can probably do really well. So yeah, I'll be happy with that. I'm just gonna really quickly check out the store. Not the store. I want to check out players. I only trade because I don't buy anything. And let's just see if a Grundy. My keyboard's asleep. Sorry. Grundy. Ooh, what do you want for a silver one? Okay. I didn't think it. Oh, actually, it's a bronze McCluggage. I have a gold McCluggage. Yo, I could actually McClug dodge that up. Good win for him. Good win for me. Kirch dog. Kirch is one that could be considered as well into Bulldogs. Obviously, gulling it back there. Okay, well, Grundy's pretty fair. A lot of people want, like, nothing crazy from him. I'm pretty sure I have so many Nick Martins. No, only two. How many Sheezels I got? Only one. I guess that might be what I look at for these trades. I might just look at what do I have a lot of. One Rankin. How many Whitfields? Two Whitfields, but I have a silver one. Oh, I have three Zork dogs. I probably don't need all three Zork dogs. He is nuts, though. How many McCluggages do I even have? Just the one, so I might want to keep him in case I want him in starter. That's the only thing I got to keep in mind. If I want them in starter, then I can't get rid of them if I only have one copy. How many Smileys do I have? Only the one. Yeah, I'll probably just send him a Zork dog. Maybe you'll be happy to make that trade. Let's throw it up there. It wouldn't be bad to get a second one because I'd like one for the starter comp. What does this guy want? Nope, we're not giving you diamonds. What the hell? I only have one Sherry, so I won't give that up. Need the youth. I do have two Whitfields, and I have a silver one too, so... But he's probably good to keep, just because I probably want him in Classic as well. Oh yeah, he's asking for crazy things. Nope, not getting rid of my Blakey. Oh, Simkin. I have two of him. Moores. I have so many Moores. Take them all. Let's throw an offer out there. I could probably have looked at a Moore and a Simkin, honestly, for the Grundy, but never know. Smith, Flanders. Only the one Flanders. Sorry, you guys are probably so bored of this. I'm so sorry, guys. How many Camerons I have? 3 Camerons? I probably don't need all 3. Let's throw a Cameron out there. Maybe we get... Look, we might get 3 Grundys at the end of the day if all of those get accepted, but... It's not the end of the world. Yeah, cool. So that was the team, guys. Wish me luck. Now we'll jump back to the Supercoach team. So this was the Supercoach team for the week. We took Dacos's 131. Yeah, Clark had a good week, which I think he was actually meant to be one of my fullback captains. Who are they playing? Yeah, I talked about it last week. I was going to go into Clark if he failed. Clark or one of the Saints boys, which... I only have Sinclair or Steele. They were the two I was looking at. Steele's down here for a second. I thought, did I trade Steele? Where the hell did he go? I'm just going to move on with Rosie to keep the flexibility there. Yeah, I mean, let's, like, pretty good in the back line from the three I had. Only had 18 playing, so every score mattered. So this was a good week for nobody to hit like a crazy floor game. I mean, Chera with a low game sucks, and Oliver with a low game sucks, but it's not the end of the world. Would have been great if Steele could have got a bit more. Saligo with a low game sucks. Yeah, Darcy with the low game, we traded him in. Mills had a low game too, though, and so did Bont. So if we look at players right now, I'm just going to quickly jump to the break-even game. Now, obviously, we're going to see there's not really any rookies that you want to be trading in. There's nobody that really stands out to us. We want those baseline rookies as well. Absolute base rookies. Yeah, literally nobody, but I actually want to jump a little bit higher in price. Let's look at who's the low tier, who the premiums with the low break evens. Let's go to the 400k mark. Dylan Moore with a 12, that's nuts. Rowan Marshall 31, crazy. Yeah, Frazier had a good game. Impey, Parker, Fiorini. Yeah, I like Fiorini as a player. When he came back, he's actually someone I wanted to target, and then I kind of just got, didn't. Which is fine, actually. If I targeted him after this, obviously got good, but there's no way I'm bringing him in at that point, so. But someone that I think's good. Kirch has obviously bounced back here. 2 good weeks in a row after that 60, so people that did bring him in are going to feel pretty good. Yeah, the 60 hurt, but then whoever got these 2 scores, you're very happy with that. He's obviously gone up quite a fair bit from that. Miller's nice and cheap. Yeah, I don't even know why I'm doing this. I'm kind of just looking if there's any steals that I would recommend to people. Jez has a really good run on the run home. Mills' break even isn't even low anymore. Stewart doing well. Yep. Rambling for no reason. Let's wrap this up real quick. Sorry. So my trades, they're going to be super, super straightforward. It's basically out of Saligo versus Oliver. When you look at the break evens, they're pretty bang on. I think Oliver has the bit of a better run home, and we know Oliver's history. We know he's good enough to, Saligo has the purple patches. He can have this 110 run for a purple patch. The thing is, we know Oliver's a 120 guy when he's at his absolute best. So, am I going to bring in a guy that can purple patch a 110? Or a guy that, hasn't really, been very good this season or last year, hasn't really put it together for a fair while, but at his best is like 120 plus. So, probably just backing Oliver here on a good run home. So, we're going to go with Saligo out of the team. What just happened? And we're going to bring in Bont. That's basically it. Like, Goulden is really cool, got a really good game, and I'm sure everybody would love to bring him in, but I think I sort of mentioned that I'm going to play for leagues now, and I would be terrified going into any head-to-head seeing that they've got Bont. I also think Bont's a genuine captain option this week. Yes, he had a 2 60s in the last 3, but the one game that wasn't a 60 in the last 3 was a 177, so I don't want to be going up against anyone that has the potential to do that. So we're going to just bring in Bont. Obviously, I need some cash to do that. Carol, you're jumping out of my team. And we're just going to bring in just any sort of rookie. We can throw Rosie down back so we can look at the flex and basically look at everyone. We're also going to filter for players I can afford. Now, I don't think there's anyone here that's playing. I wouldn't mind somebody playing at the end of the day to help cover for Whitfield being out. That would be nice. But I just don't think anyone is. So I'm probably just bringing in 199k DPP guy so I can help flip him around. Here we go. I knew there was one around here. Only problem is here, then you can't loop him with May because they play on the same games, but that doesn't really matter. So that's probably the plan. That's how the team's going to look. We can flip him into the back line or into the forward line. Sorry, into the midfield. And then throw like a Gross on field who probably doesn't play, but we can throw him on field. I don't know. Maybe this happens, maybe it doesn't. Yeah, not bad. Let's get Smith on field too. That would be great. That's the thing. If we bring in a forward guy, technically we can play May on field. Probably better for me to bring in a forward. Actually, I don't really have too many. forward mid, though, is that clanky? Because I've already got these 2 spots filled up with rookies, meaning that if he's ever in the forward line, he's actually on field. So, yeah, probably just better to bring in a defender who... technically, McCarty's in the same field. He's always going to be on field, but... yeah, no, this is fine. This is fine. Anyway, I've already sort of talked about captains. It's very easily Bont, in my opinion, into a Bailey Smith. I think they're going to be the highest scorers of the round, so lock them both in. Super easy. Done. Awesome. Well, look, that's going to be the end of the video, guys. Sorry I waffled for so long, as I always do. I hope all your teams are going well. I hope you enjoyed the game day squad stuff. As I said, make sure to sign up. Enjoy it. I'll throw my my code down below. Actually, don't even follow my code. Use the code PEANUT. It gives you $20 worth of free shit, and it's way better. So, yeah, do that, guys. Anyway, till next time, guys. Peace. Later. Wasn't ready to end.